So what did your coaches tell you after last night?
They're upset just by a lot of things, but we don't need to go into all of it. I mean, practically just told me just come back and we got to get third tomorrow. Got to get the next best thing, and that's what I did today.
You went full Gable, I call it. When you just go and you maul people, that's full Gable to me.
Yeah.
When you're on, man, you're on. I think you're the best guy in the world when you're on.
Yeah.
Obviously, you think that too. You proved it a couple times too.
Yeah, I just got to keep wrestling like that, and I mean, it's not really nothing to say about it. Just once I wrestle like that, I feel like I can't be stopped, and just gotta make sure I can bring that every match now.
So close on a replay, and they take whatever marginal amount of time off the clock that doesn't erase the riding time. You know, that's something that now going into last night's, you know, it's something that's so close that it's a replay, right?
Yeah.
You don't get it your way. Getting in the mindset, come on, get that consi against a tough immediate who's long, lanky, hard to do stuff to.
Yeah.
How do you get in the mind frame, and how did they get you right?
Just like I said, just the turning's not over, and after I didn't want to lose again. So I mean, I threw my heart out there today. That's something I've never done before, especially just being on the loser side. And I think that by me doing that, gained a lot of hardship in my mind, and I feel that it'll make me tougher just not to be on that backside again.
As a guy who's won first at the highest level, I've always thought sometimes taking third is harder than taking second because you have to wrestle at least a couple matches when you know you can't win. Is a place not very often, and probably won't be much more. Is it a different kind of mindset?
Yeah, I mean, you got to bounce back from a loss. Like I said, I wrestled at 10:30 last night probably, and had to go back, rinse off, woke up, and I'm already back here again in the morning. And it's just like, got a lot of messages, just people, you got to come back and get third. And I knew that too. It's just being on that backside, it's hard because a lot of people lose first match, you got to wrestle all the way back. And that's something I experienced before, but definitely gonna make me tougher. It has made me tougher.
Kasar beat you twice. There probably aren't too many people in the world that have beat you once, let alone twice. What makes him such a tough competitor and a good wrestler?
He's real athletic. He's trains hard, strong, got great motion and everything, and he's a good wrestler. I mean, we're right there, neck and neck, and respect for him for coming out there and doing that and beating me twice at the Big Tens in here. But I mean, hopefully he goes out there and wins. I know it'll be a good heavyweight match between him and White, and whoever wins, both great competitors.
Gable, did we put too much hype on you considering this is your freshman year?
No.
Did you enjoy the hype? I mean, all the stuff that went with this?
No, it's not. Isn't no hype. I mean, it's all work right here. I mean, the hype's there, but I mean, I put in time for this, and from 8th grade to now, it's just the hype's been there. But I mean, this is all me. This ain't no hype. This is hard work, dedication right here.
I think you can transcend the sport. I mean, he may call it hype. I call it a guy who's such a superior athlete at the bigger weight. You can really, I mean, look at the people who are coming to watch you. I saw a tweet, NBA head coach comes to watch you. He's with the Cavs.
Yeah.
He comes, you're the guy, you know. Brock Lesnar comes to work out with you.
Yeah.
The biggest draw in sports entertainment.
Yeah.
You're an 18, 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I don't call that hype. I call it, you can transcend it. You're a figure that people want to come watch with the style and the brand that you have, right? Maybe there was pressure on you, right? Did you feel that pressure since you're like a transcending figure? You're a guy that we're looking to be the next Kyle Snyder, right? Did you feel that pressure, I guess, maybe to frame that a little different?
I mean, I felt there's a little pressure there, but I mean, at the end of the day, I just got to go out there and wrestle a 7-minute match. And Kyle's lost before, like, as you mentioned his name. Took second his freshman year, and he went on to win the World Championship that same year. So, I mean, what can you say about that? It's just all right here.
Just make sure when I said hype, I was talking about publicity that went with you.
Oh, okay.
That type of thing, that people more, or maybe looking more for you before you've even done anything. Were you comfortable with that?
Oh, yeah, I'm comfortable with it. I mean, being just out there and being put out there is real cool. Real cool to any kid that's in a sport. So this is basketball, football, wrestling. Kids like being put on the internet, and makes them go out there and just train harder. Know that people are hating on them, and that some people like them too.
I know your goal is your goal to make the 2020 Olympic team. Are you thinking about doing an Olympic red shirt to prepare for it, or do you want to wrestle at the Nationals at Minneapolis next year?
Oh, I want to wrestle. I mean, it's in my state. I mean, why would I show up?
Kyle did it.
Yeah,
right?
Kyle did it. Kyle too. I think he went to some freestyle tournaments to stay fresh on his freestyle game, but when it came down to it, he came back and wrestled at a national tournament. I think something I possibly might do, but we're not sure yet. We'll just take it one day at a time.
That split, the travel was insane on him, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's in Krasnoyarsk, and then he's in the dual meet in Ann Arbor, Michigan, right?
Yeah.
And that's when Kuhn beat him, right? He traveled literally 12 or 15.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Right?
Is
that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah. I mean, it's part of the sport. You got to do what you got to do to be on the top and maintain that position. So, I mean, if it happens, it happens, but I'm ready for all that.
Have you been trained freestyle at the same time as folk style?
No, no.